No, and it's not going to be 100% of the people in an event. It just isn't.
No, no. There's some
And
events I've
but
gone
you're
and had
and
a conversation with 2 people, and that was it.
I also think that you get rid of the sense of feeling obligated to talk to everyone, and that takes pressure off.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
And this makes you more relaxed. This makes you more likely to ask other people and have fun with it. And oh yeah, I click with this person. Yeah, you're not so hot. We'll get. That's why we're doing a short, brief talk, and we just go to the next thing.
Yeah, that's why it's known. What's great is everyone's there to do the same thing, so it's not like you have to apologize for doing what you're doing.
No,
So I'll give you, Paul, and whoever else is listening, very great hack is the best question you could ask someone in any situation is not actually a question. The question is, tell me more about blah blah blah. And you just wait.
yeah,
Tell me more about like this organization. If they're like the membership chairperson and they really want to recruit you, you're like, well, tell me more about this. Tell me about why you joined. Tell me about, do you know anything about the speaker? So tell me more about how you got into your profession. How long have you been there? Tell me more about your firm. And people just open up. It's great.
yeah. Takes the pressure off of you. Now,
Oh
I'm
my,
gonna, as we're getting here close on time, but I'm gonna outline you mentioned something about a framework of motivation, methodology, and metrics. And what is the simplest place to start? And what are you talking about when you say that?
So I actually I'm about to launch my first cohort in May for people who want to kind of go through this systematically, and that's how I like to learn new things. But I like to put a framework in front of people so they can plug in to something that works for a lot of people, and then it's got a lot of flexibility so they can tweak. But there's a 3-step plan, and if you go through it, it'll probably change how you think about networking. So one is what is your motivation? You're with them, riffing off of a little bit Simon Sinek's why. Why are you doing this? Because it's got to be more than sales. Then there's sort of like design and lessening friction. Like there's a ton of tips and tricks that I've collected over the years, not just from me, but from a lot of other people I worked with that make it easier. So if you're going to optimize your energy around this, find ways to reduce friction. And then finally, if you're a nerd, and a lot of us who get into technical professions really are, you gotta do the ROI analysis and the metrics. You gotta see like what worked, what didn't. What are you going to tweak? And that also gives you a regular moment to check in and say, okay, am I gaining in good results, or am I feel like I'm wasting my time? And you have permission to ask that question. Am I wasting my time? Yes or no. You've got to have those moments built into
Yeah.
your calendar. And so that's the framework. There's tons more, Paul. Tons more. But yeah.
There's so many more things we could talk about. And I appreciate your time. We're coming up on our 15 minutes. We're over. I think that, there is a lot here. We've covered a lot, but there's so much more to cover. And we'll do another segment here for people to keep on listening.
I'd love to.
But and the other part of this appeals to you. I think after you do these sessions, you do have to put it into practice. And that's where the ABC event, I put my plug in for that. The ABC event on May 12th at Gordon Bears kind of comes in. We like to do these sessions, and we like to turn you out loose on 300 people to practice. That's always a good way. It's the lab, man. It's the way to go. And, if you really start using some of these approaches, I say 300, but really maybe it's just 10 or 12 people will be there for you that you want to meet and talk to. Who knows? It could be 5.
Yeah. You can be selective. I think that's really is you have permission to be selective.
Just the
Please don't be
main
a jerk.
thing is get in the room. Get in the room and get started.
Showing up is definitely half the battle.